All right, folks, Mark here again. Just finished an amazing workout. Man, I just killed it in there. Feeling good. Really, really good. I'm proud of the workout. A lot of heavy lifting today. Benched a lot, squat, did some seated leg press, some curls, traps, back. Comprehensive. Let's just summarize it. It was comprehensive. Duration 40-45 minutes, not long. Got a lot to do, so I just, sometimes I just try to run in here and get a half hour, 40 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever, because we have responsibilities, obviously. But the intensity, I always make sure the intensity is quality over quantity sometimes, folks. There's days where I could be in here for an hour and a half, 2 hours, and there's days where I'm in here for 40, 30 minutes. But I always try to make sure the quality, the intensity of the workout supersedes the quantity of the workout, right? So just wanted to share that with y'all. But if so I talked about breaking up, the science of breaking up, and I'm gonna label this the science of breaking up too. You got to understand this, folks. I talked about electronegativity and electropositivity, and the person who walks away immediately gets the upper hand. They go out on their terms, so they go into a higher frequency, which is called electropositivity. You, on the other hand, who's being the leftee, the person being left, falls into what's called a lower frequency, and it's called electronegativity. And there's an art to working your way out of this and having the least amount of damage. So there's an art of digging your way out of the electronegativity state without incurring, or with and without incurring the least amount of damage. Without the least amount of damage. Right, yeah. My brain is a little fried. I just finished exercising, so my brain is, But yeah, it's about digging your way out of electronegativity with the least amount of damage. And some psychological techniques is, again, like I said, to turn the tides, to flip that coin in your favor, you have to be cognizant of all your emotions. You have to be aware of all the different emotions that you're going to feel. And you have to disidentify from those emotions. You have to first identify the emotion and then be cognizant and aware that you are not the emotion. Emotion, if you do, what is it? Not acronyms. Again, I just finished working out. I can't think of the word. But it means to rearrange letters or to separate letters and get greater meanings. Anonyms, I think it's homonyms. Again, I can't remember, but it means to switch letters around to get different meanings. So the word emotion, if you separate the E, it's E's for energy, and then you have the word motion. So your emotions are just the energy that is in motion, that is dictating your behavior, your patterns. But in order to change that, there is what's called a paradigm. There's a paradigm shift. Before the paradigm shift, preceding the paradigm shift, you must first be, again, cognizant of the emotion, which is an energy that is flowing through you currently while you're in this low state of electronegativity. Identify the emotion, disidentify with it, understand you are not the emotion, you are not the thoughts, you are not your body, you are not your organs, you are a divine entity, you are a spirit being that is functioning in a physical corpse or a physical body in order to be able to fulfill your purpose on this physical plane and the realm that we're in. But you need to go into fifth dimensional thinking for a moment here. Fifth dimensional thinking is disidentify yourself from the emotion. Watch the emotion, meaning observe it, be aware of it, watch it. Do not be lured off by or into it. Do not be frustrated or seduced or induced by it. Simply be observant of the emotion. Be observant of the thought. Bitterness, watch the bitterness, be observant. People grow bitter out of breakups. We all go through this. People become very bitter. Some people become misogynistic. They hate women. Women hate men, and we fall into these rank and files. Very typical, very typical, and very predictable. We fall into these rank and file. Either we're on this side of the fence or that side. But there is a medium. There is a balance. There's an in between, and that in between is to be cognizant of these different emotions. You're going to feel betrayed, you're going to feel disappointed, you're going to feel hurt. All of these things are practical, they're protocol. When you go through a breakup, this is protocol. These are the things. Anger is going to be the first thing to get to you, if not in frustration. And you have to be aware of anger, watch the anger, allow yourself to feel the anger, allow yourself to feel the bitterness, allow yourself to feel, because it's a process that you have to work your way through, right? When you go through the breakup, you have to work your way through each stage, each step, each process, be aware of them. Do not run or shy away. But what you want to do is not to be lured by any of these separate or individual feelings, emotions, and angers, anger, emotions, whatever. You don't want to be lured and induced and seduced by them, because then you become them. And that's when you become that bitter person. You become the angry person. Be aware of all the various emotions you're going to be feeling. It's part of the state that you're in. Remember, the person who walks away goes into electropositivity. The person who is being left, the leftee, falls into electronegativity. So be aware of the state that you are in, and work your way through each process by being observant, acknowledging them, disidentifying with the emotion, the thought, knowing that you are not these various thoughts. Also, I said it, meditate, go into the meditative state. What I mean by that is slow your thoughts down. When people go through breakups, thoughts go 1,000,000 miles per hour. Remember, thought travels at the speed of light, right? And anything that travels at the speed of light slows time down, right? Yeah, because if you go at the speed of light, you actually, time stands still. If anything can travel at the speed of light, if it exceeds the speed of light, time goes backwards. That's why you can never go back in time, blah, 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 blah. That's general relativity. I'm kind of going off track. The point is, though, enter the meditative state, slow your thoughts down. Slow your thinking down, breathe, slow your thinking down, watch the thoughts, spend time observing the thoughts, and let the process play itself out. Trust in the process. But more importantly, be still. You have to be still. Don't act, don't call, don't reach out, don't be so desperate and eager to hear their voice, to talk to them, to you gotta let it go. The best way to work your way out of the state of electronegativity is to let it go. And it is incredibly difficult. What I'm saying here is much easier said than done. But I am a practitioner. Right? I practice this. This is something you must practice, and it is necessary, absolutely necessary for your maturation. If you are to mature in terms of relationships, in terms of human to human contact, in terms of people management skills, these are things that you must master. And this is mastery of self. I'm not asking you to master calculus. I'm not asking you to master, any kind of the mathematicians, or, any one of the various arts of math, or I'm not asking you to master any science. I'm asking you you must master yourself. And mastery of self will bring you into that next level maturation, where you become a skilled leader in terms of people skills and the handling of other people's emotions. To handle another person's emotion, one must first handle his or her own emotions. So it's very difficult, but again, you have to understand this is the process of breaking up. Understand the state that you fall into, especially if you're the one being left. My lady walked out on me, she left. So I'm immediately, by default, I'm in electronegativity. I'm aware of that. I'm watching it, I'm seeing it, I'm feeling it, I'm understanding it immediately. But I have a leg up. I have an advantage that most people don't, because I understand very well the formula, the mechanisms that are at play, the science, and therefore that gives me a leverage, tremendous amount of leverage. So again, folks, I'm about to go to Red Door. That's a spa. I'm gonna get a great treat, the hot stones. I'm about to go treat myself to an amazing spa right now. This is how you do it, folks. Take care of yourselves out there. Love yourselves, because at the end of the day, all you got is you when it's all said and done. And you just gotta be able to look. Another thing too, acknowledge your faults, acknowledge your errors. You gotta acknowledge where you went wrong. A relationship consists of two people. No one person is solely responsible for the failure or the success of a relationship. So acknowledge your faults, acknowledge where you went wrong, learn from your mistakes. And sometimes you gotta fall 10, 20 times, 6, 7, 8, 9 times. But you gotta keep getting up and keep learning. Every time you get up, you gotta learn something when you're getting up. Always learn something. It's only gonna make you a better person. Life is short. Make the best of it. Love yourselves, folks. About to go get my spa treatment. Peace.